We now move over to the Middle East for our next story, where tensions are escalating between Iran and the European Union after Tehran rebuked EU foreign policy chief Kaja Kallas, calling for an end to Iran's nuclear program. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi has warned that the European Union, along with the United Kingdom, could be excluded from future negotiations if they insist on positions that violate Iran's rights under the Non-Proliferation Treaty. His statement came after Kallas urged Tehran to resume talks and cooperate with the IAEA, which Iran has now formally suspended. President Masoud Pezeshkian has enacted a new law halting cooperation under the NPT Safeguards Agreement unless security guarantees for Iran's nuclear sites and scientists are met. Despite the move, IAEA inspectors remain on the ground, and the agency says it is awaiting official clarification. The US State Department called Iran's actions unacceptable and urged Tehran to immediately resume full compliance with its nuclear obligations. We're joined by Joshua Barnes, who's an anchor and correspondent for NewsX World. Thank you very much, Joshua, for joining us. What insight can you give us into Tehran's actions here, and also their interactions with the international community in regards to this situation, Josh?
Yes, well, Thomas, this situation, of course, has been made tense following the action by Israel and the US targeting Iran's nuclear facilities. But generally, across the board, global leaders do see Iran's nuclear and uranium enrichment program as a threat. The level of uranium enrichment, some experts say, far exceeds the amount that would just be for domestic and local use. So there is a fear that if Iran gained a nuclear weapon, it could lead to issues. And let's not forget, Iran have been involved in conflict. There have been proxies backed by Iran that have been directly targeting shipping, targeting Israel, and have been engaged in conflict as well. So that's a bit of the context on this situation. Of course, the tensions between Israel and Iran have blown all that up into the air. But this response from Abbas Araghchi towards the EU is an interesting one, given that olive branch was given out by Kaja Kallas, who of course is a top EU diplomat. Talks between Iran and the US broke down, and Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister, said that there was no need for talks, that there was no use in talks with the US over a potential nuclear deal after the US military action targeting Fordo and other key bases. The world stage is looking to get Iran back towards diplomatic negotiations, but for them, their position clearly is that they don't want to discuss something when the sort of fate of their nuclear program may have been taken out of their hands. It's interesting what we look at with Iran and what they're doing, following guidelines, pulling themselves out of the IAEA as well. That could have ramifications. That is the nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, and they monitor nuclear progress and nuclear functions in these areas. So it is a step away from what Iran were doing, but Iran's response to that has been, well, we were following the IAEA, and they were saying that what we were doing was absolutely fine. So it's a difficult situation. I expect diplomacy to continue surrounding this issue, whether Iran are at the table or not. But work towards a potential nuclear deal is important moving forward in the years to come.
Thank you very much, Josh. You are staying with us. We move on now.